just ate a meat stick.
I know. I just fed Carrie some snacks.
Slim Jim.
I slapped him into a Slim Jim, or it was like an Erewhon Slim Jim.
It was an Erewhon Slim Jim and like some incredible barbecue flavored,
like ashwagandha powder.
Yeah.
Nuts that just really move through you in such a way they will just fucking clear your colon right
I need
out.
to clear, like in Scientology.
I'm trying to go clear. Actually, the last 24 hours in Mexico was going clear for my intestines. But now I'm ready to detox. I'm doing like a cleanse this month.
Mm-hmm. You know what we could do? We could go on a cruise right now and either get COVID or neurovirus.
Or just like accidentally get thrown over the ledge.
I think there's like 6 cruise ships right now where like the entire cruise has COVID. So
yeah,
they're just
why wouldn't they?
They're
just cruising
they're
with
just
COVID.
floating at sea. That'd be kind of...
I'll bet they're having fun.
Yeah, it'd be kind of chill.
Unless you get a really bad case of COVID and you need to go.
No, it's not a joke. It's like there's still people dying. You know, but
like
it's just,
prayers for you if you get that on a cruise ship bad. That's not good.
I know.
I'm
still thinking about the cruise where people were shitting like on the deck. It was a true poop deck.
I just assume that if I go on a cruise, I'm going to fall ill, which is exactly what happened. The last time I cruised, I got
white girl mono.
The cruelest case of strep throat I've ever had.
Cool summer.
Yeah, from making out with a 23-year-old.
That's what you got.
It was worth it.
Charlotte got crabs.
Mm-hmm. I got strep.
Yeah, cruises are not, but like it's just funny. Like I literally saw like over Christmas, like, you know, so and so cruise, like it's maiden voyage, you know, post COVID, like it's inaugural, and I was like, good luck to you and your projects.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a week later, it was like that cruise ship is.
People love cruising like I love the movies, and I just won't understand. But maybe we're not in the age range of like, we're not at the cruising age.
I think you're born with it. I think you're born with the cruise gene.
It's not something you choose.
No.
It's like being gay.
Yeah, it's being. You have
you're
to
either a cruiser or you're not.
Like I remember my dad.
You have to come out as a cruiser.
You do. I remember my dad and I were flying from the Trenton airport down to Fort Lauderdale for my sister's wedding, and my dad was like, "We're taking Frontier because this wedding's, you know, super expensive." So we're waiting. Trenton, it's like basically a Greyhound bus station, and we're waiting to get on. And Fort Lauderdale's obviously like a huge cruise hub.
It is the destination. That's where I embarked from my ill-fated cruise.
And this guy turned around, and he was like probably 55, and he was really smiley, and he turned around and he goes, "You guys cruising?" And my dad and I were like, my dad goes, "No, we're not." And he was like, "Oh, we're heading to the you know, Purple Princess cruise lines to you know, like," and my dad, he just kept trying to like recruit me and my dad.
Cruisers love to cruise.
Yeah. It's not my vibe. I'm sorry. I'll never be on a cruise.
No, I don't like it either.
Mm-mm. That smell, I can just imagine the smell.
I would like just one boat.
What does it smell like? Hotel?
Kind of. It didn't really have like, yeah, I think it was just like hotel smell.
Damp?
No, not really, surprisingly, for being on a boat. You know what I watched recently? I think it was someone on Patreon. It was us talking about like watching plane crash videos, or we were talking about watching really dark videos on YouTube. And someone commented, they were like, "Oh, you need to watch like the Principessa Italian cruise ship sinking videos."
Oh, I watched that.
And so then I did watch them and got so darked out.
I watched like
because it's a slow. The craziest thing about it is like it's just a slow sink.
And they're close to land.
Yeah, they were close to land. It was like a slow sink where no one really had to die, but the way that they didn't say outright that the boat was sinking.
Yeah.
And so it was just like,
how many people died? Like 200 people?
Quite a few. I don't think that many. I think like maybe 30 people, which
still,
is still
like no
a
one
ton.
had to die.
Like not a soul had to die.
But it also was in like a weird spot where it was like, it seemed like, oh, it's close to land, we'll be fine. But like for some reason,
but then it like wasn't.
It was like the way the rocks were, like it was just like, it was a perfect storm of just shit.
Yeah.
That
it was
got
a really creepy sink.
It was really creepy. It wasn't like the Titanic where it was like there was drama and like
It was like, we're all going to fucking die. It
Yeah.
was like, oh.
It was like
It was the kind of thing where you're like, oh, I'm just going to go like grab my phone in my room since this is like NBD and then it is a BD and you're dead.
And the captain abandoned ship.
Oh yeah, and he got charged
with murder.
With murder because
he should.
Like, I love that, being like, I'm gonna drive this fucking cruise ship right into a rock. Now I'm out of here.
He was like on land.
He's like, that's your problem, not my problem.
I think I remember he called and was like, oh yeah, I'm like I'm in like I'm in the city.
Babe, like, I'm shopping.
Baby, your ship is sinking. There's people.
I would be like, oop, I gotta go.
He was literally no. I think he was like they found him like he had like snuck into the city and was hiding.
Yeah.
And like there's literally anyway, it's a crazy.
It's
look
a
up
crazy
that video.
bunch of videos. Yeah.
There's like a recreation video, which is always harrowing.
And then there's like footage the passengers took.
Oh my God. And it was a beautiful ship.
It was a beautiful ship.
It was like those Mediterranean cruises, but I mean, I would maybe do a Mediterranean cruise.
I did that with my family when I was like 20 or something.
That would be,
and it was fun.
Yeah.
But you don't get to spend enough time in each city. So it's just like, and everything just adds up.
There are like uber wealthy, like bracket of wealth where there's cruises that are at sea for 6 months.
Isn't that you just charter a boat? Or
no, it's like
a
full cruise, like hotel cruise, but it's just for the wealthiest people.
That would probably be fun.
6 months?
Yeah, just like at sea. If you could just spend a lot of time in each location.
I guess if I was like old and like didn't have a family and was single, like I would just
find a cruise mate and then cruise.
Yeah.
Is that like just what you do if you don't have like kids?
You just cruise. Damn.
You can't take pugs on a cruise though. So we won't be going.
But yeah. Principessa,
R.I.P. to those passengers.
R.I.P. But yeah, Italy. I don't think the sex. Let's talk about this. Do you think the Sex and the City ladies would ever go on a cruise?
Yes. I think they can. I think they should. There's a Sex and the City 3 episode that does the climax of it takes place on the Gwyneth Paltrow Goop cruise, which I think got like, I think was supposed to do its maiden voyage either this past fall.
But what if they accidentally were on the Kid Rock cruise?
That would be a comedy of errors now, wouldn't it?
I actually think that instead of the last Sex and the City movie, they should have just somehow ended up on like a cruise and it was hell.
Yeah.
And they had fun though.
That is basically what someone proposed for the Saving Sex and the City 3.
Well, they were ahead of their...
I can't wait now to do the next season of Saving Sex and the City 3, which I think will probably just have to be called Saving Sex and the City, but like with all these new characters, because there's just a lot more.
Shay.
And honestly, I can't wait to see what people propose for one Che Diaz.
Let's get into it. I'm Carrie.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to Sexy Unique Podcast. They did that.
Mercifully. Merlin. This episode had no Shay in it.
Barely any Shay.
Or barely. There was.
There was a few Shay. Like when they're at the studio and they're like, "You gotta post more, Carrie."
Oh yeah, the socials.
This is also the episode I was reminded that Carrie's name is Caroline.
I never knew that until this episode. Did you know that?
I think I remember it from the Carrie Diaries.
Oh, okay. I never watched the Carrie Diaries, which I'm about to like.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
My friend Nadia's in it. She plays.
Are you a
My friend Nadia was it was Nina Katz.
Oh.
The face.
Major.
And she was in Carrie Diaries as Carrie's dad's girlfriend.
Oh.
So she did like a full.
Wow.
Nadia Dejani, she's an amazing actor.
Oh, wait.
She was also in the other two.
Like two different people.
Yeah. She also played Chris Kelly's agent, or not Chris Kelly, Carrie's agent in the other two.
All right. Well, she's a fucking queen.
She's a queen.
I am realizing maybe I'm not a true head after all if I haven't watched the Carrie Diaries. So I will do that.
I didn't watch like the whole thing, but I watched enough that I thought it was really cute. and Carrie has a cute gay friend who's like in the closet, and her little
And
sister.
Samantha's in it.
Yeah, and
Young Samantha.
the girl who played her is good,
Love that.
and yeah, it's cute. It's like the 80s.
Did Candace Bushnell write the Carrie Diaries?
She did.
She is a queen. Honestly, can we give it up for Candace, who is just raking in dough off of these books?
She's also like doing a one-woman show now.
Yeah, Is There Still Sex in the City? And she's talking about like sex in your 50s. Fucking queen shit.
I've looked up who the real Mr. Big was.
Who was it?
It was like some financier that she dated that was like a lot older than her.
Love that.
She was like a girl about town.
She was. She was a party girl with a bad habit.
The bad habit for
But drugs. She probably did drugs. Let's be real. I think she would
Yeah.
freely admit that. I've seen photos of her like partying with the gays.
Oh yeah.
There's like black and white like chic photos of her like just being out and about
With the gays.
with the gays specifically.
The
Just getting
gays.
fawned over by the gays.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, as she should.
So the episode kind of is like a lot about.
This episode was ridiculous.
It was kind of Charlotte's episode.
And I love that for Char, but I'm also just like, in what world? It just
going
seemed
on?
like, oh, they're vacuuming. They just vacuum. They love it.
They love it.
They vacuum for your life.
For
They're
your
like
life.
Dyson for your life. This episode was literally just like each girl gets a person of color friend.
Yeah, it's very.
Seemed like a very strange way to handle that.
Yeah, and like Charlotte just like listing like black artists, and they were like, she really did that, and it's like, wait,
They're like, we love her, this ally, our white ally. We forgive her.
it's like it's I don't know.
It was a really weird episode.
I know it was like I felt uncomfortable watching it.
And not in like a good way. It was just in like a, oh wow, it was a true they did that.
So Carrie gets a new friend named SEMA, who I like.
SEMA's fucking flawless.
She's gorgeous, so chic, and she fucks.
SEMA's a real estate agent who's literally slaying the game so hard. She has a driver who drives her around in a Maybach that she smokes in freely.
She has she's a realtor with a driver.
Yeah, and she's getting like carried around town in her Maybach, and she's gonna sell Carrie and Big's apartment. And I just would love to know the status of Carrie's bank account, because she literally does have $100 million.
I think,
right?
I swear to God, I think she probably has $100 million from Big.
If he's leaving Natasha just a mil, he's left Carrie 50 to 100.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way. And the money she's gonna make from selling this apartment.
Will it be that much? Is it
Yeah.
that nice of an apartment? It's
In New York
small.
City.
I guess in New York City.
You don't understand. Like, it's an apartment like that would be like $12 million.
Yeah.
Like, she'll make like $12 million.
Okay. So she's a real estate maven.
No, actually, no. That apartment is probably like more than $12 million.
30 mil.
I mean, it's insane. I mean, I'm not like any readers weigh in, but like when I lived there, it was like,
How much is Carrie and Big's apartment worth?
Yeah,
I need some real estate heads
Yeah.
to just like weigh in.
I just feel like it's a lot considering they're in Manhattan and the Upper East Side.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They should have bought the original huge apartment on the top.
I know this apartment was drab.
This apartment sucks ass.
Seema's like, you know what would be really good in this bathroom? A Peloton. I was like, okay.
I love that. Wait, can
Girl.
I also say I loved Carrie's like weird plaid outfit that she was wearing?
Yeah, I liked it.
That was a Carrie Bradshaw moment where I was like, this is incredible work.
Did you like her tutu?
I like that the woman gave her the shady glance.
Yeah, I mean, look, as someone who lived in New York, if I saw a woman like that just walk into a bodega with a big giant poofy dress
You'd
and a
be like,
t-shirt, I'd be like,
I'm worried for her.
I'd be like, wellness check.
She's gone through a series of tragedies.
Yeah, I would. That's literally what I would think.
Yeah. I would think, wow, what happened to her?
And then I was like, oh, is this bodega guy? Like, is he? Are we supposed to remember? Like, is he? He was never in the original.
She never went to bodegas in the original. She went to the newspaper stand.
Yeah.
That's where she'd always get like her magazines or her cigarettes.
Yeah, I was like,
I love the like familiarity of this bodega man. They were literally like, we need more POCs. Let's put a bodega man in the mix that loves her.
He's like one of Danish, and she's like, oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. He's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he died kind of recently. That's a good impression, right?
Mm-hmm. She's going to sell her apartment.
She and SEMA bond.
Go anywhere.
SEMA's just like kind of a Samantha proxy in a way.
Yeah.
I think she's like filling the hole that Samantha left in Carrie's heart.
Yeah, and she's like sexual. She's an older woman who's still sexual.
She's on the apps. At one point, Carrie makes a very snide comment to her.
She says, it's great that you're still putting yourself out there.
And SEMA...
She takes it in stride, but she remembers it.
Just like Samantha would.
She's going to bring it up a little later.
Just like Samantha would. It's like the episode where Carrie judged Samantha for blowing the UPS guy.
A classic.
So
I
hot.
might watch that tonight. What's happening with Miranda? Weirdly, now her professor, Nia Wallace, likes her and likes her so much that she wants to go to dinner with her.
Yeah, she went from being like, you scare me, get away from me, to like, let me take you out and buy you dinner.
Was very strange. All because Miranda argued something for women's rights in her stupid little law class. Yeah, I was like, okay, I don't see this person doing a complete about face with Miranda, this is drunkard psycho.
Karen.
Miranda, whose breath reeks of booze.
This wino.
That's exactly who you want to go to dinner with.
You want to go to dinner with
the older lady in your grad school class who's like literally put her foot in her mouth over and over. And when she opens her mouth, her breath just like fucking takes you out.
Well, first of all, we see Miranda night after her Che shotgun, and Brady and his like mean girlfriend walk in and they go, wow, you smell like shit. And she's like, I don't smell like shit. And she does this thing, that very Miranda thing of, I don't smell like shit.
Why are they allowed to speak to her like this?
The fucking girlfriend being like, what are you talking about?
You can say it, Miranda. We know you smoke pot. I'm like,
Shut
I
up.
would never talk to someone's mother like
I would
that.
never speak to like Simon's. Imagine if I like walked into Simon's parents' house and talked to his mom like that.
I have never in my life talked to a boyfriend's mother like that.
She's awful. It's like, you're staying here for free.
You're staying here for free. You're riding his dick. We can hear you fucking day in, day out. Your moans resonate through the bones of this apartment. You're 17 years old.
Shut the
and
fuck
you're going
up.
to come in here and sass me? I'm like,
how dare you?
You can say it, Miranda. We know you smoke a lot of pot.
I would go, how dare you?
How dare you? Get out.
Get out.
Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of my house. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And she goes, I was around some alternative types who were smoking weed last night at a comedy concert. And she goes, Miranda, what do you mean by alternatives? Shut the fuck up.
Get out.
Go to school. Go to high school, you little bitch.
Get your hands out of my marshmallows. Get out of my house. Put that back in the pantry.
And Brady, clean your fucking underwear, you little fucking slob.
Why is his underwear on the kitchen
Disgusting.
floor?
Are they fucking in the kitchen?
This
His
is
shit
the
stain.
boundaries that exist. There are no boundaries because Miranda says later at dinner with Dr. Nia Wallace that fucking Brady calls her a fucking bitch when she asks him to just do his homework. I was like, what kind of house are you running here?
He goes, I'm telling you, he's a school shooter.
When my son calls me a fucking bitch after I just simply asked his girlfriend to leave and asked him to do his homework, motherhood is not worth it. I was like, I'll fucking say.
It's literally
Where's Steve? Is he eating pizza out of the
Steve's
trash
gone.
can?
He is literally lost. He's wandering around like Brooklyn.
He's too deaf to come to find his way back home.
He's down by
Steve's been gone for months.
He's down in like Gowanus, in the Gowanus River, just waiting around.
Into the Gowanus Canal.
He goes, she goes, yeah, I was there last night, and then all of a sudden she's like, I have not caffeinated enough to have this conversation.
She's very casual about the disrespect that these children are throwing her way.
Brady is traumatizing his parents every day by fucking in front of them.
Yeah. They literally have like given him the master suite.
I'm telling you.
He is a kid in the Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah,
that, like,
he
gets
is.
whatever he wants by wishing it. And he's holding his entire family hostage.
Couldn't isn't there a world where like the child is just nice and fine?
Do children really? I guess I'm thinking I was like such a bitch, but I also was on a lot of drugs.
I mean, I had, you know, I partied and stuff in high school, but like
I didn't
I
say
think I was
you're a fucking bitch.
I think I was pretty nice to my parents and to like people.
Yeah.
I wasn't going, fuck you, mom, you fucking bitch.
I would
That
never.
happened when I was drunk.
Yeah.
Like when I was in my addiction.
I never called my mom I've never in my life called my mom a fucking bitch. I think I said damn to her once. I was like, I'm not gonna damn do it. And then she was like, you're grounded. Like I just like, it was like a can't curse at my mom situation.
Gosh darn you.
I know.
Mother.
I was like, I'm not going to the damn house. And then she was like, well, that's it. You're fucking grounded. And then I was like, I'm running away.
And you were like,
I said, no, I'm not. I'm leaving. And then I got in the car and drove off.
you did?
Yeah. And then I came back 3 hours later. I like literally went to Denny's and then came back.
To eat alone?
Yeah, that's like where my friends and I hung out. Because you would smoke inside.
Oh, right. Hell yeah.
It was fucking cool.
Fuck yeah.
But like, I did not.
He's a little punk.
Yeah.
He's a punk.
Brady sucks.
Brady sucks and his girlfriend
He's a
sucks
punk.
too.
He needs like a mom like Renee to like fucking
He needs to
whack
be
him around.
He needs to be woken up in the middle of the night and taken to like
He actually does need to be taken to therapeutic boarding school. He needs to go to Wilderness first, and then he needs to go to therapeutic boarding school to learn a thing or two.
Mm-hmm.
And I never say that.
I know you don't.
And I'm saying that for this. His
Yeah.
school will thank him. Will thank Miranda when he
Save-
can't come
she'll
in there
save
with
lives.
a fucking detonate the vest in math class.
Miranda could save and Steve could save lives if they do something about Brady now.
What if this whole series ends with Brady just like committing mass murder? It could happen.
I watched this wild movie the other night called Bacurau. It's Brazilian. You should watch it.
Ooh,
It's
I want to watch it.
crazy fucking. It's like sort of like the Hunger Games, but like it's so much better.
Okay.
It's just, but there's like a whole part of I can't even.
Don't even get into it.
Just watch it. It's on Amazon. Udo Kier's in it, who I love.
What's it called?
Bacurau.
Bacurau.
Yeah.
Spell it.
Bacarau.
Bacurau.
Bacurau.
Okay. Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
It's amazing. It's like very Tarantino.
Chic.
So Charlotte's
Miranda's getting sassed from all angles.
Charlotte's planning a dinner with LTW.
Wait, I'm obsessed with LTW.
I love her.
She is Westworld AI vibes.
She is.
She's like too perfect and like doesn't exist.
She's a very kind person, which I don't think there's a lot of that.
Also, someone pointed out, my friend in the pod, Michael Kaufman, posted a video or a photo of her when she's like, Charlotte, I'm simply so busy. I have a million things to do. And she's holding her phone and tapping on it, and her phone's upside down.
Truly unhinged.
The true, like, this show is just
Stepford
one
wife.
huge continuity error.
You Scottish.
LTW is true goals, AI goals.
She's very like Stepford Wives. Like,
She's just a robot.
yes, of course I will. Oh, Charlotte, she never drops the ball.
Yeah, Charlotte is getting targeted. What's that? What's the other mom's name that's also 18 years old?
Yeah, she's like 24.
She's like extremely young, cool mom. And she's like,
Charlotte, looks like you drop the ball sometimes. I think they're planning some field trip, and Charlotte's like, she pushes back on
I
Charlotte.
got the botanist from something,
Yeah.
which did sound boring as fuck. And then the other mom goes, well, I got this, and the kids can play with the animals afterward.
That sounds fun.
That I would much rather do that. And
And
Charlotte
then-
goes, well, the botanist did take a while to book, and he's deaf. So, and then LTW goes, I think we should go with Charlotte's idea. That sounds lovely, but I'm so busy, I simply must go. And
And she turns around and she goes, this is how I talk to my documentary film crews. I was like, okay.
She's, and I'm a producer, and that is my job. Goodbye. And then she goes, Charlotte, I am so busy, and taps on her upside down
She goes,
phone.
bye, Charlotte.
I love that Charlotte goes, I got you a coffee. And she goes, I got you a coffee. She's literally like She's like an Amazon AI that Jeff Bezos created to like
for
take
like
the temperature of the human condition of like wealthy people on the Upper
yeah,
East
it's
Side.
like it's like she's made for like like a white woman who wants to like
Befriend like a person of color, and it's like, how will they do? It's like rating them, like how will they interact, and like at what point? Like she truly is like too perfect.
yeah, and she's anyway. So that's happening. So Charlotte's gonna plan a dinner. She has to cancel Harry's colonoscopy.
Also, are they gonna kill Harry off?
He's sweating a lot.
Is his colonoscopy gonna come back and he has
I
like
don't know.
anal cancer? What if they killed off every man on this show? That'd
Maybe.
be kind of iconic.
It would. Then it's just the women.
Steve wanders off into the canal.
Um,
Harry dies.
Stanford
Who's
is
left? Stanford. He's off in Japan. I would accept a world in which Anthony is the only person left.
Anthony should live.
Mm-hmm. But so
Brady must go
Brady's gotta go.
for the betterment of the future. He's gonna domestic
hurt
terrorist
a lot of people.
Yeah. So Charlotte wants to plan a party for Lisa, and then she's freaking out because she realizes all of the friends she starts naming, like, who could we invite to the dinner party? They're all white.
Yeah.
So she's like, shit.
She goes, Anthony and Stanford, gay.
Gay. So then, and then she's like, oh my God, what do I do? I don't know any black people or anyone of color. And he's like, well, you can go ask our neighbors down the hall. And she's like, yes, that's a great idea. We had that brunch. And he goes, yeah, that was 2 years ago. And she goes, oh, we lost a year with COVID. Then she goes and terrorizes this woman on her floor who's like a neighbor, who she's like, did you get my 4 texts about the dinner party?
Yeah, Charlotte is acting again. Something's deeply wrong with Charlotte.
Wrong. And the woman's like, yeah, I told you, I responded to all of the texts you sent.
And I have plans.
And I've said that to you already. And Charlotte's like, oh, okay. Well,
come by for one drink and just let me know. And if you'll come by for one drink. So you can go to your plans, but you must come by for one drink and say hi for once. Just come.
And she's like, okay. And then she closes the door, bolts the door, and puts on her alarm system and is like, we need to leave. We need to move out of this building.
Yeah. She calls SEMA and says, I have an apartment for you to sell.
Yeah. It's a good 20
and
million.
Like,
let's do it.
I'll sell it.
Yeah, Carrie and SEMA go to an open house. They're just bonding. They're vibing. They go get drinks.
They share cacio e pepe.
Yeah. SEMA shares that she's on all the apps and she's fucking and she's just having a good time. And then Carrie goes, well, it's like we said, it's really good that you're putting yourself out there. And then you see SEMA's face and she's a little, because I think she was really like letting her hair down, her guard down with Carrie. Yeah. Carrie smokes in front of her.
I know. They're smoking cigs together. I was like, love this for them.
I think SEMA was feeling like a sister bond with her. And then she felt judged.
Yeah.
Which was not cool.
Or just like, good for you.
Good for you.
Old,
sad,
saggy trout snatch tag.
Yeah.
You're still putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
You're still putting your old hole out there. Good for you.
Get that hole of yours on Tinder.
Oh, you're still putting your little hole out there.
And she's like, look at this guy without a shirt on, this middle-aged guy. It says looking for fun. And then Carrie goes, it should say looking for a t-shirt.
Carrie's jokes. God love her.
I went.
This also, I missed a voiceover again. I really missed it. Mm-hmm. Like you need it in those little transitional moments.
It's stagnant.
And it also makes like the show funnier. And you need puns when it's like, imagine, I think it would have lightened the mood and like kind of given if everything was put in the context of like a book that Carrie's writing or an article that she's writing about like diversifying your friend group or whatever, and then everyone's having this experience, she can make jokes or be like self-referential to where it wouldn't be so fucking cringe that everyone and come across as extremely unnatural and inorganic that everyone's doing this.
Well,
but I guess that's a conversation for another day.
So then Carrie, we get a little bit of Shay. Carrie, the podcast like socials director, is like, you need to up your game, Carrie. Like you've never really had any followers. And I'm like, again, I don't believe that. I think Carrie would have a lot of followers.
Yeah, I think Carrie's killing it. I think this podcast is lucky to have a New York icon such as Carrie Bradshaw on their shitty podcast.
And she's like, Shay, you're killing it, of course. And then she's like, it's all I got. And I was just like, oh, can you imagine her stories? Or Jonathan, take that out, please.
Can you imagine their stories?
Can you imagine their stories? Like,
hey, it's Shay Diaz.
Hey, Shay Diaz here at Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's is too cool for Shay Diaz.
No, but they are probably you probably go on their Instagram and it's just a 40 little like tabs to show the.
It's them just laughing at everything they say, just telling shitty jokes and just cackling, making themselves laugh at their own thoughts.
I could do a tight 10.
Someone just winked at me. I'm going to do a tight 15 on that. And then they literally do a tight 15 on their Instagram stories.
They need to be stopped. But thankfully, we don't get much of that podcast in this episode. And
yeah.
Carrie, I think Carrie and SEMA have a sort of like reckoning together, like a little like thing that I think cements their friendship. Carrie goes over the next day. She brings yellowtail sushi, which at first I thought she meant the wine. And I was like, damn bitch, you live like this. Because I was like, that was me in Bushwick.
Yeah, I was like, no, not yellowtail wine. SEMA redoes their whole apartment in shades of beige, but I was also like, how did you do this in one day?
She's got...
It's SEMA. SEMA just...
She's got like...
See, everything that
government.
Happens, SEMA goes, I have a man that can come over and fix that in 1 second.
She's like backed by the government, I think.
SEMA is a CIA agent.
She is.
Everyone's a plant. The joke is on these white women because everyone is a plant.
It's true.
That's going to destroy their lives.
Carrie
gets
gets
an FBI agent investigating Mr. Big's like
financial
insider trading.
Totally.
And she's just trying to get closer to Carrie to like see what the deal is and then report back.
But Carrie gets pissed at SEMA because she breaks a fucking picture frame of her and Big.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, this glass Big touched these. She goes, I'm very insulted. You're very just casual about it. And like, kind of, it's, what am I saying?
I don't know.
She's like,
you said they can move with these and then wouldn't do it. And she goes, well, they did, but I moved this one and it's my fault. And the glass is broken, but the picture's intact. So we'll just put it in a new frame and it will be fine. She's like, it's not fine.
She goes, you're kind of cavalier about this. Like, you're a little insensitive. And she goes, well, Carrie, everyone's entitled to sometimes saying insensitive things like you did yesterday. And Carrie goes, well, what did I say at the bar? All I ordered was cacio and pepe. And she goes... And she goes,
but we were sharing cacio e pepe, and we were having a fun old time.
And we were having a fun old time in Gay Paris.
We were talking about all the men and sharing it lovely.
We were talking about men and wine and sex, and it was so good. It was so good. And SEMA goes, no, you were a fucking nightmare.
She goes, no, you were a rude fucking whore.
She goes, you shamed me for like getting mine.
For my old cooch.
And then Carrie goes, well... I guess you're right about that. I do think you're an old.
She goes, your cooch is old, SEMA. It's disgusting, but you're right.
But it's yours, and I love anything about you. And then suddenly they're best friends so well enough that she's taking Carrie to like an oncologist.
Yeah, later on, she's just calling in favors.
Like, damn.
I do love their friendship. I weirdly believed the most out of everyone.
It feels the most organic,
and I feel like even LTW could be a complete figment of Charlotte's imagination.
I honestly think she is a total like hologram.
Charlotte is literally just rocking back and forth in the bedroom, just like imagining this entire sequence of like getting invited to LTW's dinner.
Yeah,
because, so then LTW cancels, which I was like, she's kind of rude for this. Like, she basically invited herself to. She's playing mind games with Charlotte. She's like, why don't you have a party? Why don't you have a casual, just girls only dinner party and invite me? I'm free on Thursday. How about it? It's done. Okay, great. Penciled you in. See you Thursday. Keep it casual, sis. And then like leaves and Charlotte's like,
yeah.
And then the day of, Charlotte goes to that bitchy 18-year-old that's also a mom. And she's like, can you and your husband, Jeff? And she's like, it's actually Joff, which made me laugh.
She's like, can you drop all your plans and come to this dinner party? Because I
Please.
need non-white friends.
Yeah.
And the girl's like, sure, I'll do that. And then LTW calls her and is like, sorry, I can't make it. Have my husband's birthday dinner.
Yeah,
and then,
she's like, I can't do it after all, but thanks so much.
And then Charlotte's like, hey, anyway, you shouldn't come to over anymore.
She's like, I guess you could say I dropped the ball.
It was very much my two best friends, Matt and Tommy, and I, when we were kids, we wanted to go to this like arcade place where you ride bumper boats, but it was like a half hour away. So it was like, and my mom was like, I'm refused to take you. It was like in the summer.
I love that.
So we were like, shit, we need someone to go. So we were like thinking of all these people, no one could go. And then we called this person and we were like, hey, like I wasn't really friends with her at all.
It was just a way to get to the bumper boats.
And we were like, hey, do you want to come with us to like Pine Canyon at the falls? And she was like, yeah, that sounds great. There's bumper boats, laser tag. Like, it'll be such a fun afternoon. She's like, absolutely, count me in. When are we going? And he's like, and we were like, well, can your parents drive us? And she goes, no, they can't. They're working. And we went, okay, never mind. Bye.
That was exactly Charlotte's situation.
So she gets invited instead to Lisa's husband's birthday dinner.
Yeah.
And so she's like, Harry, we got to brush up on our black authors. And ooh.
What happened?
I just picked at something.
You scratching yourself?
Yeah.
Put that away.
I'm a picker. Put that away.
Carrie's bleeding.
No.
You're bleeding. Yeah, Charlotte's like, Harry,
brush
what
up
black
on
authors do you know? Zadie Smith.
And
Can I just say I love Michelle Obama's book? I was like, can we get just like a little bit better writing?
I was just like, my God.
My Lord.
My God.
You guys are really going for it, aren't you? And
so
then
when they get to the party, they're the only white people there. And it's at Lisa's incredible home.
Charlotte walks right up to a woman guest who's in attendance and goes, look, it's Lisa's mother. Hi.
No, it's another. She thinks it's another person from like Lily's class, like her mom. And she goes,
no, she thought it was.
Oh.
I think she thought it was the mother-in-law.
Oh. And she's like, again, like.
But also, this woman was like in her 40s.
Yeah.
And the mother-in-law is like
80.
70 something with gray hair.
Yeah, she goes, so good to see you. And she goes, that's not me, but I think I know who you're talking about. So thank you. Nice to see you. And I was like, and then Harry goes, who likes Zadie Smith?
I'm that meme.
So then their dinner.
But this is all, again, this is just Charlotte.
This is a figment of her imagination.
This is a complete figment of her
imagination. I think it might be. Because at the dinner
None of this
table.
is actually happening.
Lisa's mother-in-law is like very like elegant, like high society woman. And she's like.
Hates Lisa. She's
like, she's fucking spent like.
She spent literally $4 million on like paintings.
On their art. And then she kind of shames Lisa. Like she's wasted all this money of her inheritance on the art in this house. And then
silly little art stuff.
And Charlotte goes, well, actually, I think this is such a good investment because, and then she names all these like incredible artists, these black artists, and she shows that she knows her stuff. Mm-hmm. And everyone's impressed.
Yeah.
And then Harry makes his Michelle Obama joke and everyone laughs.
And so they killed it. They killed it at the all black dinner party.
And then later she tells Lisa, like, you know, I have to make a confession. Like, I just don't really have that many friends of color.
She was like, I was so nervous because I realized that you guys were the only black people that were going to come. And and the LTW goes, I was so nervous because I realized you were the only white people that were going to come. And then they just laughed.
You're right. I think they are one.
I like them together.
Yeah.
I like Charlotte's rich inner world. I really do think that she's actually in an asylum. And like, also, can I just ask a question? What happened to their master bedroom? What is this bedroom that she and Harry are existing
I don't know.
in? This is another reason why I think this is a figment of Charlotte's imagination, because I remember their master bedroom used to be so big.
Palatial.
It was palatial. And she lives in the same apartment that she and Trey McDougal had.
Yeah.
Like she inherited that in the divorce and then stayed in that apartment with Harry and the girls. But now they're in some weird bedroom and they
gave the
downsized from a king size bed. They are literally in a full size bed.
They gave the bedroom to Rock.
Rock, another terroristic child. All their kids except for Lily.
Lily's cool.
Lily's fucking rad.
She's like, get me out of here.
She's like, I'm an actual genius.
I'm biding my time till I get out of this fucking place.
She's like, I'm keeping quiet and just like putting my head down, making straight A's and composing beautiful piano.
Do you think that they're all breaking off to not be friends with each other anymore and then just have these new women as friends?
Like they would no longer be in Sex and the City and it'll just be the new women?
No, but do you think that they're like leaving this original unit is like they're all, because they seem to just be spending more time with like not each other.
I don't know, because they do spend a lot of time together in the next episode.
Yeah, they do.
I think it's just they're trying to integrate more characters and have more diversity, and they don't know how to do that in like just a chill, organic way. So it's happening like really intensely and like so fast and on the nose.
1,000.
I just don't think that professor would have Chablis Hobbs to dinner. I just don't think there's any world in which Dr. Nia Wallace would say, you know what seems like a really good idea is me going to dinner with this fucking wino.
A very sane, sober person.
This psychotic woman with a huge jangly backpack full of mini bottles and fat books that refuses to have a Kindle and like beats little Chuckies in the subways and is literally stalking my every move. Mm-hmm. The last thing I'm taking
old Chablis,
old blackout Hobbs to dinner.
Brownout Hobbs. So then at one point they're all the three women are getting drinks with each other and they're drinking wine, and Miranda goes, "How about we just?" She goes, "Why not we? Do you want to just split a whole bottle of wine?" And Charlotte goes,
"No."
And then Carrie goes, and guzzles her wine. But
Carrie's unbothered with Miranda's drinking problem.
Miranda, well, until the next episode, but Miranda goes, "Do you want to just?" She goes, "Do you want to just get just a whole bottle? Let's just do it." And Charlotte goes,
"Let's fucking be crazy. Get another bottle of wine.
Do you want to just get another bottle?" And Charlotte goes like this. Charlotte goes, oh. She goes, she goes like this. Oh, I don't know about that, Miranda.
This is Charlotte whenever she's like, doesn't know about something. She goes,
ooh. Oh, I think I'm good. I'm going to have some water now to sober up. And Miranda goes, I'm going to get another bottle. I'm going to get another bottle of wine.
This wine's fucking good.
She goes, this is good.
Crazy. Get a bottle.
I'm going to get Merlot. Do you guys want to get wine? They say, do you want to get wine? Let's get
a bottle of wine.
She goes, let's get a whole bottle.
She goes, what's good? Let's get a bottle of wine.
Go for it. She goes, do you guys want to go for it? Let's just get it. Let's just all figure it out now together.
Let's be fucking crazy tonight. Get a bottle of wine.
Yeah, she goes, do you guys want to just
that red was
let's
good.
Put it all on the table. And then she goes, I'm gonna put all let's pool the money.
You get a bottle of wine. You get a bottle of wine.
Do you want to split some Merlot? She goes, come on, girls, let's get some wine. Let's all go in on it.
So go in. They have a bottle of $54, and we all pay.
I had a good time tonight.
She's just passed out in her chair.
And Charlotte goes, and then Carrie goes. And Carrie goes,
Carrie goes,
shut up. Fuck you.
Charlotte, fucking shut up. Carrie goes, I'm going to sell my apartment. And Miranda's like,
Miranda goes,
so you bottle?
She goes, I'll be your realtor.
She says, don't do that. Don't sell it.
Don't sell. I'll be your realtor.
Hang on
sell it to me. How would I live there? I'll live with you.
Don't sell that apartment.
I'll
Bad
live with you.
idea.
We'll be roommates.
Don't sell it.
She goes, we'll be roommates.
Should we get a bottle?
Let's just get a bottle. Oh my God. But I'll live with you, Carrie. Under one proposition. We drink wine every night.
One wine.
One
bottle, please.
You drink a bottle. I'll drink a bottle. Charlotte, you drink a bottle. And
we're all at a glass, so we'll have a bottle now.
I'm going to go home. I'm going to New Jersey.
Chablis just walks home. She walks home to Brooklyn.
Takes her 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that happens.
Yeah, this episode I think was the lowest point of the season thus far.
The next episode, while it was crazy, I'm glad it went there.
Yeah, the next episode was truly a roller coaster.
And we'll get to that later this week.
Yeah, but
in the meantime,
let
us know what you think of old Chablis Hobbs. Do you think she and Nia Wallace would ever be friends IRL?
Also, Chablis Hobbs really kept her shit together in front of Nia. I guess because she like deeply she craves her acceptance.
She's drinking scotch.
Yeah.
Nia's like.
Also, they waited an hour and a half at that restaurant for dinner.
Yeah, I'd be like
unreal. I'd be like, we have got to go.
Let's go to Chopped.
Yeah, like let's just go to fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's really committed to Miranda.
They waited there for an hour and a half with no.
That could be the whole dinner.
Yeah.
That's the amount of time that I would have allotted myself.
Bar.
Old Chablis Hobbs.
Chablis Hobbs was like, I'm gonna keep my big mouth shut. I'm gonna.
She goes, do you want to just get? Let's just get. She goes, want to get a bottle? Do you guys want to let's just do the whole? Let's just do it. Let's just all put it out there.
Let's get fucking crazy tonight.
Crazy.
It's like I just want to get a bottle. We can all split it.
But
Charlie goes,
ooh, I don't know. I don't think so. Let's just do it.
Tonight. We'll only live once. What? Don't sell. Don't sell.
I'll move in with you. Anyway, let us know what you guys think. Buy tickets to our PNW tour.
What are the dates?
February 27th, March 2nd.
March 3rd.
March 3rd. San
Francisco, Seattle, Portland.
Come on
down.
In. Get crunchy with us.
It's gonna be fucking cool.
It's gonna be grunge. I'm gonna pull some.
Are you doing grunge looks?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll maybe do a grunge look too. Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you think, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.